Did you realize that the SC State tickets are sold out? They bring in the whole state of South Carolina and that barbecue with the pulled pork picking and all that stuff and the tailgate. This is not going to be the home game that Jackson State thinks it's going to be. This may actually end up being a 50-50 stadium. Okay, maybe 60-40. But it's going to be a pretty big split. We're going to see a true HBCU battle. Now, anybody thinking they're going to come in there and just run through the secondary of South Carolina State? Bruh.
The 2022 Shrine Bowl is now part of Pro Bowl Week, where our players will share the field with the NFL's best.
Kobe, you could really make a difference in your career and in kids' lives, just like me. So,
now, when I say SC State is not playing with the depth, this is probably the deepest team Jackson State will face the whole year, including ULM, okay? You look at their D-line, bunch of homegrown South Carolina boys, young kids. Patrick Godball on that D-line is no joke. The run game for Jackson State has already been kind of shaky at best. They're not going to get past old boy. The receivers, yeah, you have Shaq Davis, and the quarterback is like a 50-50 quarterback, and Corey Fields, but their line play is like the best comparison for Jackson State will be Southern's line play. They have the line play of Southern, and they have receivers to go with it. And this is the third team with Eric Brown on that D-line as well. And Big Cam Johnson on the O-line, he's a freshman, but he'll be going one-on-one with my boy, James Houston. In case you thought I was lying, these boys had 15 people on the MEAC postseason awards. The running back, Kendrell Flowers, is the key to the game. Just like when Jackson State first lost in the spring, how Ezra Gray took over. Well, Kendrell Flowers not that speedster, but he's hard to tackle. And once again, the lines are going to be the difference. With Nick Taesti, I may have said that wrong, I'm sorry, on that line, as well as Octavian Minner. The D-line and O-line are set. They are solid. And they're young. That's the whole thing. But the thing I'm looking at is one of the also big key of the game is Wolverine. We all know Shaq Davis. He's probably going to get nugget on him. But Wolverine has a notch. When he plays big, he plays big. He took over the Mexico State game. Damn near won it. This is not going to be a cake walkthrough. Now here it goes. The one everybody's worried about. These are the people everybody says must take over the game. These are the ones that most coordinators that work their salt on offense or defense, mainly offense, scheme around, right? Once again, sophomore. Jablonski Green, pardon me. Chad Gilchrist, the senior linebacker. B.J. Davis also is a linebacker senior. Sophomore. the Kobe Durant, Defensive Player of the Year in the MEAC, was invited. You saw the video. The boys the truth. Was invited by the NFL to come work out. And Zafar Kelly, the other side, they have a complete set of corners. The question is going to be, can Jackson State's third and fourth receivers get off? If Jackson State does do well, it's going to be because of Trucker, yeah, or even Jocelyn Neal. Or if they decide to go with the tight end, because B.J. Davis is a great run defender. So is Chad. They're not that good in space. Of course, you're going to say, oh, they play good on one or two plays. No player at this level is finished completely. So everybody has lapses. Everybody has flaws. Their defense is solid. There's no question about their defense. The question is going to be, can their offense hang in there?
But I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Oh, yeah, my man. This is the bad news I have for you. You think you had the coaching battles in the SWAC. Don't get me wrong, the closest one who can battle Coach Pugh, Willie Simmons, has done it because he had more talent at the time. Coach McNair, okay. There ain't nobody else in the SWAC can touch this man. I don't care who you picking there right now. No one can touch this man. This man is a freaking living legend. But he's not a living legend who's like hanging on like Joe Paterno was on his last couple of years. This man is currently the coach of the year. 8 time. I ain't doing like Booker T, but you know what I mean. 8 time MEAC championship title winner. You won't be able to outthink this man. If you want to know how good of a coach he is, this man once hired a young punk kid named Billy Napier. Once again, this man sees talent. This man knows talent. This man develops talent. If you look at all those third and second MEAC performers, they're all freshmen and sophomores. And now you got them the biggest game that we can currently think of ever, even though there probably were bigger ones in the past, like Temple playing Grambling in Tokyo. But in front of this crowd at this time, it's the biggest stage for HBCU football. You're going against a legend, a team that's put more NFL players in the league recently than most of the whole SWAC. I said it, and I'll put the description, the link in the description. This man is a legend. The only thing that may stop Jackson State from winning this game is Willie Pugh. Fear to bite. Damn right. Give this man time to develop his young kids. They went through a whole year of getting developed. Remember, they really ain't played in almost a year and a half. Just like FAMU. FAMU started off playing Jackson. Lost by a point. Then they played a weaker team, Fort Valley, and they played their FBS team and went on the streak. Their FBS teams were Clemson and North New Mexico State. By the time they start getting the young kids developed, you couldn't touch them. Be a hell of a game, folks. Let's check it out. I give credit to SC State. I ain't overlooking nothing. If SC State pulls this off, it will be one of the biggest upsets in college football this year. We all know certain channels are going to go crazy, lose their damn mind saying, I told you so. But honestly, on paper, this is not as big of a disparity as you once thought. And once again, it's not going to come down to Willie Pugh versus Deion Sanders coaching. It's going to come down to Mr. Pugh, Coach Pugh, Don Dada Pugh versus Coach Dennis Thurman. Who makes an adjustment first? Who team can get out there and lay the wood the hardest? Hey, Coach Simmons, I'll holler at you boys later.